The trends in house sparrows vary quite a lot throughout, not just Europe, but throughout the UK. In urban areas like, particularly the kind of central urban areas like Glasgow, we've seen a serious decline and sometimes a total extinction.
This is one of the interesting things from a research point of view. There have been so many different suggestions for what might cause declines. It might be problems with this food supply, it might be too many predators, it might be changes in the habitat and the environment. There's more esoteric things, maybe changes in pollution, a lot of possibilities. And what we're trying to pull out is which of these are actually driving the population declines. Since 2014, we started the Glasgow House Sparrow survey, and that involved citizen scientists working with the RSPB, collecting data using sort of research methods that we designed all together. And what we're getting people to do is go out and count the sparrows in their streets, in their local area. Just really simple, walk around the street, count all the house sparrows you see or hear, which gardens they're actually living in, using, which gardens they're feeding in, and collect this really useful information about where they are, where they still use, and what sort of habitat they're associated with, whether that's hedges or food or bird feeders, trying to understand what it is that house sparrows like in an urban environment.
So having found out where they are, we're then putting in conservation measures to try and help those colonies and help the colonies survive and hopefully expand. That's involved putting in what we call house sparrow plots. These are areas of wild seed mix, wildflower mix, just sown all around. You need to kind of strip the turf back and put the wildflower mix in, and that provides a really good foraging area for the house sparrows. So we've been putting those in a number of urban parks across Glasgow, and it's really good. We've recently studies have shown that they're being used quite a lot by the house sparrows.
We found that 4 out of 5 of these grown plots were used by the sparrows, so that's over 80% usage, so they're definitely a very good conservation measure.
Predominantly what we've also been doing is using the research and using that people engagement to try and get the message out there. RSPB as an organisation and staff can only do so much. For an urban species like house sparrows, and certainly for what's still quite a numerous species, really what's critical is engaging people so that people living in an urban area do things themselves. But in terms of what people can do, thinking about providing cover, and that's providing cover for house sparrows against predators like sparrowhawks or cats, and that cover can be in the form of dense hedges or bushes.
And they also seem to prefer higher vegetation, so having aspects of trees in gardens or just higher bushes would be helpful.
Leaving areas to go a little bit wild, not paving areas, and not putting in car parks and carports, and that gives an area where house sparrows can forage, so they come down and they can feed. They're largely ground feeding birds, so they'll come and forage on the ground, and if you allow them to go and set seed, it gives them kind of foraging, and they can eat the seeds, and then they can forage amongst those for insects.
Also putting out bird feeders all year round, so there's a food supply for the chicks, especially after they fledge when they're young. They're inexperienced, we want them to have plenty of food.
Anyone can do it. Bird feeders aren't expensive, and then you can get lots of other types of bird in the open too, not just sparrows.
And then putting nest boxes close to where there's cover and close to where there's food, so that the house sparrow can find everything it needs in 1 or 2 gardens. And that's enough to really help a colony thrive and grow.
Plant new hedges, put in feeders, and put up house sparrow boxes, and kind of spread the word really. And hopefully in doing so, we get 100,000 people, 500,000 people all doing it in their own little bits of garden or green space, and that can make a real difference to our urban species like house sparrows.